Audio Jungle.
Here is the national news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am Moriri Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines. APC, very lucky, no bloodshed after Tinubu's presidential election victory. Buhari. Federal Executive Council salutes Tinubu, approves 39.6 billion naira for transmission of contracts. Labour Party heads to court. And on sport, Saka rates Arsenal's chances of winning title. Now the news in detail. The regime of the All Progressive Congress is very lucky to avoid bloodshed following Bola Tinubu's victory in the fiercely contested and highly contentious presidential election held on Saturday, says President Muhammadu Buhari. On Wednesday, the president stated these when he received President-elect Bola Tinubu and Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima, who visited him in Daura, Katsina. Mr. Buhari has commended supporters and the Presidential Campaign Council of the APC for its historic win in the February 25th election. He believed that the party's victory would never have been possible without the discipline, commitment, and hard work of the APC Presidential Campaign Council. Apparently overcome with emotions, seeing the phenomenal election result, Mr. Buhari kept repeating, my good Lord, fantastic result." Moving on to the next story. The Federal Executive Council yesterday said at its weekly meeting celebrated the emergence of the All Progressive Congress APC candidate Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as the president-elect of the country. Ministers and other council members congratulated one another and shook hands ahead of the meeting chaired by the Vice President Yemi Oshibajo. FEC salutes Tinubu, approves 39.6 billion naira for transmission contract. Meanwhile, the council approved a sum of 39.6 billion naira for various contracts for transmission lines in the Ministry of Power. These, according to the Minister, Abubakar Aliyu, contain both the offshore dollars and onshore naira component of the contract value for the project and the transmission company of Nigeria. Briefing newsmen after the weekly council meeting, the minister gave a breakdown of the offshore contract at 53 million US dollar and on onshore 15.6 million naira. The approved contract, according to him, included the procurement of transmission line materials for reconducting works for the transmission company of Nigeria in favor of Mrs. Legacy Power in the sum of 6 million US dollar as offshore and 1.5 million onshore component with 12 months completion period. And to the next story. The vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Senator Deti Baba Ahmed, has said the party will challenge the result of Saturday's presidential election in court. Baba Ahmed alleged that the All Progressive Congress used irregularities and violated the constitution to win the presidential poll. The APC candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was declared winner of the election by the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu. Asiwaju Tinubu polled 8.8 million votes to defeat his closest rival, Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, Peter Obi of the LP, and Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP. Atiku polled 6,984,520 votes. Obi gathered 6,101,533 votes, while Kwankwaso polled 1,476,697 votes. In case you're just joining, you are watching the national news from BGI.
Criteria of a transparent, free, and fair election. In addition to the most condemnable attacks, violence, voter intimidation, and suppression, the election was conducted in clear violation of agreed and promised INEC rules and guidelines, the Electoral Act 2002 as amended, and indeed the Nigerian Constitution. As evident, the institutions of the state and leaders that were supposed to ensure the sanctity of the election, again, and as in the past, collaborated and colluded to subvert the will of the good people of Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you.
The River State's government has debunked reports alleging that the son of Governor Wike was shot dead in the United States. The State Commissioner for Information and Communication, Chris Feinborn, in a statement on Wednesday, debunked rumors that Wike's son was shot dead in the U.S. over the governor's alleged activities in the just concluded presidential and National Assembly elections in River State. The post is captioned, "Breaking news, Wike's only son shot dead in California, U.S. over Father's Act in Rivers election." The post, which went viral on social media, showed the governor's son in a convocation gown at his graduation in the United Kingdom University last year, flanked by Wike, the wife, Justice Suzette, and their daughter posing for the cameras. However, Fireborn, in a statement entitled "Yet Again Another Lie," sent newsmen in Port Harcourt on Wednesday, said the governor neither has a son or any child for that matter in the United States. He said the post was the handwork of those he described as wicked people who were bent on blackmailing and tarnishing the image of the River State governor, and urged members of the public to discontinue his acts. Going on to the next story. A 16-year-old Lekon Mustafa has told an Akure magistrate court that he and his guardian, Zulum Yisa, used a ring laced with magical powers to kidnap 9 children from various parts of Ondo State. Mustafa said the stolen children were conveyed to an Islamic cleric in Lagos State. He said they trekked from Ilorin in Kwara State to steal children in Ondo. They were arrested last month by operatives of the Ondo Amotekun Corps at Akoko area of the Ondo State. Mustafa told the court that Isa gave him the charmed ring which he used to beat his victims to them unconsciously. Moving on to the last story, sports. Arsenal forward Bukayo Saka has admitted that the Gunners are starting to believe that they can win the Premier League title this season. Saka stated this after scoring a goal in Arsenal's Premier League 4-0 win over Everton on Wednesday night. Goals from Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, and Martin Odegaard gave Mikel Arteta's side all 3 points against Everton at the Emirates Stadium. The victory means Arsenal are on top of the Premier League table with 5 points ahead of second place position Manchester City on the log after 25 games. Speaking after the Arsenal-Everton clash, the England international said after his post-match press conference, when asked about Arsenal chances, "Yeah, we do believe Arsenal's next match is against Bournemouth on Saturday afternoon." That's ends the national news this hour. Before we go, some major headlines. APC, very lucky, no bloodshed after Tinubu's presidential election victory, says Buhari. FEC salutes Tinubu, approves 39.6 billion naira for transmission contracts. And finally, on sport, Saka rates Arsenal's chances of winning title this season. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Babagide Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagide Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagide Imo _22. For advert placements of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawa. Good afternoon.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.